Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. I am back with a full week of workouts video. I thought it was about time that I uploaded another one of these on YouTube. I know how much you guys enjoy them, and it's coming in conjunction with a very exciting announcement, which it just feels so weird to actually finally say it out loud because this has just been in the works and a secret since like April time this year, so I'm just so excited to finally be able to tell you. But I am your newest Evolve You trainer. I feel so weird to actually say that out loud. But yeah, I am your newest trainer on the Evolve You app. I know that I have released, programs in the past, like PDF wise, and this is my first time kind of like delving into the app world and just ever being on an app. Like, this is just so huge for me, and just want to thank Evolve You and the whole team for making this opportunity possible and for presenting me with this opportunity. I'm so grateful, and I'm just so grateful to be able to bring my community over to the Evolve You app as well, and I'm just so excited to train with you guys over there. So many of you have guessed it by now, and you have been guessing it for months. I don't really know what gave it away. I don't know if I'm just really bad at keeping secrets, but yeah, I have just been honestly so excited to tell you, what program I'm using and things like that, because I get asked that question every single day and I've had to just keep my mouth shut. But that is the program that I have been using for the last few months. You will be able to notice that it looks very similar to the training that I put on my YouTube, on my Instagram. All of those workouts you will see in the Evolve You app, and it's because I have been using the Evolve You app. So you'll see that the workouts that I do are very similar to the ones you'll see in Evolve You. So if you have been wanting to, follow the training plan that I'm currently following, and wanting to kind of find a plan that is simple but effective, and honestly just gets straight to the point with no complications, no unnecessary things, basically just nice and simple. If you're looking for a training plan like that actually works in helping you build muscle, build a well-rounded physique, and will actually give you progress, this will be the plan for you. I think the main thing with me when creating a program and kind of like telling you guys how I train is the simplicity of it all. Like, I really like to emphasize that things do not need to be complicated. You do not need to be doing 6, 7, 8, 9 exercises in a workout, and you do not need to be spending hours in the gym every single day to make progress. And I feel like that is the main thing that I want to portray on my socials and in my videos, is that you do not need to be doing all of that. It does not need to be complicated, and I have seen the most progress ever within myself since I stopped overcomplicating things. And I just want you all to know that, and also obviously train like me and make the most progress that you possibly can. So yeah, there will be more information about my program, like just throughout this video. I will just kind of drop little bits of information in and out the video, and if you wanted more information, then you can head to my Instagram or the Evolve You Instagram, and there'll be lots of questions answered over there. I'm going to do a question box over the weekend, but this video will be up on the Sunday, so by the time this video is live, my program will be on the app. It went live at around 12 p.m. Today, as you are watching this, Sunday the 1st of September. I don't think you understand how satisfying that is for me. It's the 1st of the month, it's a Sunday, so you can get ready for a fresh new week. And I feel like, I hate to say it, I know that some people will be annoyed at me, but I feel like summer is kind of over, and we are kind of going into those winter months where you can really just lock in with your training, try and make as much progress as possible. This is just my personal favourite time of year to train. So if you guys are like me and, feeling quite excited to actually train at this time of year, but you're wanting to maybe, I don't know, switch things up, or just try a new program, this might be the one for you. My program is called Gain. I don't know if I actually said that already. I don't think I did. But yeah, it is called Gain, and I do actually have a code for you guys. So sorry, I've just had to pull up my phone to just get all this information for you guys so that you know. But I do have a code, which is MIA30. I'll put it on the screen in capitals, and it gives all of you guys 30% off all Evolve You subscriptions for 48 hours. And then after the 48 hours is over, my code, just Mia, not Mia30, I'll put that on the screen as well, gives anyone 20% off all subscriptions. So if you kind of miss the 48-hour period, not to worry, you can still get 20% off all subscriptions on the Evolve You app. I will put the link in the description if you guys want to join, if you want to train with me. Please let me know if you do, and I don't know, I just hope you guys are as excited as I am about this, because I have just been buzzing, and I just cannot wait to bring my energy and my style of training over onto the app. And yeah, I just hope you all love it, so please give me feedback. But I didn't want to make this intro too long. I think it already is quite long, I'm really sorry, but I wanted to just tell you that out loud and just give you as much information as I possibly can. But we're gonna get straight into the full week of workouts now. I think this video is gonna be quite long. So grab a snack, grab a drink, and I hope you enjoy. The first workout of the week we have is glutes and hamstrings, and this is the exact glutes and hamstrings workout in week 1, day 1 of my Evolve You program. So if you're a bit hesitant to start, this whole video is basically week 1 of my program. All workouts, you've got glutes, quads, push, pull, functional full body. This is week 1 of my program, so this is just kind of a bit of a taster for you if you're a little bit hesitant to join my program. But I will be answering all questions on this YouTube video, on my Instagram, everything, like basically today, the next couple of days, just over the whole weekend, answering any questions that you have, because I know that you'll probably have some. But yeah, this whole video is also going to be mic'd up as well, so I try and like explain every workout in as much detail as I can, but obviously you just have to watch it really to basically see what I'm doing. Yeah, we have day 1, glutes and hamstrings, so let's get into the workout. Okay guys, we're going to be starting off with a warm-up. As always, I like to start off with a dynamic warm-up. Dynamic warm-up basically just means doing continuous movement instead of doing like static stretches, which is what you'd normally do after your workout instead. So let's get into it. I always start with some leg swings. Doing a dynamic warm-up is so important to get the blood flow into your muscles. It just gets you feeling a little bit mobile, and it just basically just gets you warmed up. It's super important. You want to be aiming for like around a 5 to 10 minute warm-up. Okay, I'm now going to go into a warm-up set of hip thrusts, which is going to be my first exercise of the workout. My Evolve You plan, these will also be programmed on the Smith machine. If you haven't tried them on the Smith machine yet, make sure you give them a go, because I just think that they're so much better than barbell. So we're starting with a lightweight, and we're just going to do a few reps. Okay, I've added a little bit more weight on, but I'm not sure if this is going to be my working weight yet. Okay, I'm going to just add a 10 on each side, and we'll call that my working weight. Thought I'd give you guys a little bit more of a closer up view of my form, because I wanted to talk you through some form tips just to try and make it as helpful as possible. So I have 2 blocks on the floor here, which I find helps me just because I'm short, and I find that if my feet are just flat on the floor, I don't get a big enough range of motion with my glutes. But to get a bigger range of motion, you can just use a smaller bench, but I find using a bench like this and then with some boxes, that just helps me. You obviously want to have some padding here, and you want to make it so that you've got your shoulder blades under the bench here. I'm trying to explain as best as possible, but you're best just looking at my form. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath, I've already done a set. So we're going to bring the weight up, and we're going to get set in place. And we're going to come down. You want to keep your chin and your head tucked the entire time. And up. You want to contract your glutes as well throughout, and you don't want to hyperextend too much at the top. I hope those form tips helped. With hip thrust, I feel like the main thing you can do is just watch how I do it instead of me explaining things. Sorry, I'm so out of breath. Now let's move on to the last set. We're doing 3 sets of 10 reps, by the way, as well. Maybe this last set will be 8 to 10 because
my glutes are already feeling very tired. So 3 sets of 8 to 10, but with the aim of 10. 8 to 10 doesn't mean like set out on 8 or 9. It means that it's usually a rep range where you really struggle getting to 10, that on the last set you might not even be able to get 8 or 9. I also find that doing 3 sets for me is good. I used to do like 4 sets of everything, and I just found that I was so much more fatigued than I needed to be, and that is a lot of amount of sets. Like say you're doing 5 exercises, 4 sets of everything, that's 20 sets, which is a lot. So I started reducing it down to 3 sets and instead putting my absolute all into every single one of those sets and reps, and I found that I grew so much more muscle that way and had so much more of an efficient session like that. And that is a pattern that you will also see in my Evolve You program as well, because this is exactly how I train. Okay, we're now moving on to RDLs, and I again like to do these on the Smith machine. I do these barbell sometimes, but Smith machine is just chef's kiss. You don't have to worry about balance, you don't have to worry about grip strength as much, and you're just very well supported in the Smith machine, which is why I like it. And if you are a beginner as well, this is a very good piece of equipment to utilise if you are not already. Again, I'm going for a bit of a lighter weight. I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to go for around 3 sets of 10 reps, around that mark, just see how I feel. And because this is still like a lightweight, I'm going to try and not use grips. I'm going to try and not use wrist straps because I want to get into the habit of not using them when I don't really need to, because you don't want to rely on them, and it's good to also build up your natural grip strength. Going to bring the weight up. You want to have your feet around shoulder width apart, not too wide and not too narrow, and you want to have a neutral spine. To get the best glute connection, you want to have a bend in your knees like so. Come down just below your knee and back up. Contract the glutes throughout. Okay, I only managed 8, but I'm happy with that. Sometimes with RDLs, it's very easy for your back to take over in this movement, but for that set, I could really feel it majority in my glutes, which is obviously a big win. Okay, we're going into our second set of RDLs. I'm going to try and get 8 again. Okay, the next exercise we're moving on to is dumbbell sumo squats. I absolutely love this exercise for the glutes. Huge emphasis on the word sumo, because if you're not really doing these sumo, you're only really going to hit your quads, which is not what we want today. We want to also grab a heavy dumbbell for this. This is 40 kilos, and because it's such like a strict movement, you can afford to do a heavy weight for this, and we're going to do 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. This is exactly what is programmed in day 1, week 1 of my Evolve You plan. So I'll give you guys some form pointers as well to help you out. So a sumo stance basically just means externally rotating your feet and your legs. You also want to hinge at the hips during this as well. This is really important on a glute day in general. In basically all the exercises that you're doing on a glute day, you really want to focus on hinging at your hips. That's how you're going to get the best glute connection over hamstring and quad, for example. To also remember that actually picking up the weight to begin with, having good form for that is super important, because that is how a lot of people injure themselves, because they just fling the weight up without thinking about form, because they don't think that's an actual rep. So make sure you are picking it up with correct form. You want to put your shoulders back like this, neutral spine, head forward and up. And you're going to come down, contract the glutes throughout and up. If you struggle to feel these in your glutes, try maybe a little bit of a wider stance. The length of everybody's legs and things like that will affect this too, so you might need more of a wider stance, or you might need a little bit of a narrow stance, but it's important to contract your glutes throughout the entire movement. And by that, I don't mean squeezing in your glutes so that they invert. I just mean contracting them throughout the entire movement. Okay, next exercise we have in today's glute session is cable step-ups. Now, you guys have seen me do this countless amounts of times, but I'm still going to talk you through form pointers because I know this is an exercise that a lot of you struggle with. So you want to grab a bench that is suitable for your height. Like, every single person will need like a different height bench, so this is completely personal to you. It's also personal to you what kind of cable attachment you want to use. I personally like the D handle. You don't want to go really heavy on the cable step-ups. You're going to grab opposite hand to legs. I've got my right leg on the bench and I'm using my left hand, and you want to use the other hand to hold on to something for support. This really helps. And you're going to come up and you're going to lean your body forward a little bit, so this is hinging at your hips. This is how you're going to get the best glute connection. You're going to bring the weight down nice and slowly, and you just want to tap that foot off the floor. I know you can't see that foot, but I'm just tapping the tip of my toes off the floor. You don't want to give yourself any unnecessary support with that foot. You want to put a lot of the weight through the heel of the foot that's on the bench instead of your toes. The more that you put into your toes, the more you're going to feel it in your quads. Keep your head and your chin tucked and down as well. 2 more. Do you see how I keep my body hinged forward the entire time? You don't want to be coming up like this. That's how you're also going to feel it in your lower back, which is not what we want. Gosh, when you do that right, that is so tough on the glutes. Okay guys, as this is a glutes and hamstrings workout, we don't want to be neglecting the hamstrings. We need to adjust the seat right. What we're going to do on here is 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. You really want to focus on tempo with this, taking it nice and slow and controlled. That's also something you want to do with every single one of the exercises that I've showed you today. I feel like I didn't really mention that, but I say it every single time. You want to keep everything slow and controlled. Form over weight always. Leave your ego at the door. If you feel like you're lifting too much of a heavy weight and you can't, get the right form with it, lower the weight, work on your form, and then come back with that heavier weight once you have, perfected your form. And that is the workout done. All right, session is done. That was actually a really good session. But yeah, I feel like I didn't really explain that much about my plan on Evolve You. I didn't plan to go into all the depth in the intro anyway, because I don't want to have I didn't want to have a really long intro. But essentially, I just wanted to quickly explain to you now kind of something that I feel like a lot of people will be asking. There are 3 different plans under my one plan, if that makes sense. So I have a beginner, intermediate and advanced guide available, so more or less everybody can try out the plan, whether you're a beginner or you've been training for 10 years, whatever. What I will be showing you in this video will be the advanced guide, because that is what I currently am doing. I am not doing the beginner guide or the intermediate, so I'm doing the advanced. So there will be so much more information on my Instagram about the differences between all 3. If you want to head over to my Instagram, there will be a highlight on there. I'm not going to go into big depth about it now, but I know that a lot of you will be asking probably, is it beginner friendly? And yes, it is. Do not worry. That is kind of the problem that I had with my PDF guides. It was just kind of a one fits all kind of thing, which is obviously not the case. Nobody is at the same fitness level, and obviously I know that not everybody is advanced in the gym, and there are a lot of beginners out there that also need help and want a plan to follow. So that was really important for me to include that in my gain program on Evolve You. But throughout this week, my girlies who are doing the advanced will be getting a taster of what it will look like. The intermediate is also very similar to the advanced in the sense of it is a lot of the same exercises. To be honest, in all 3 different levels, the exercises are very much the same. The only main differences really are the actual split and the days that you are working out. So with the beginner, you are working out less days per week than you are advanced, but all the exercises are the same. I like to keep that more or less the same across the board because, you know, what works. I'm not gonna like change up loads of random exercises just for the sake of it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, the main differences between the beginner and then the intermediate and advanced is the actual split and the amount of days that you will be working out per week. But tomorrow we have push, core and cardio on the menu tomorrow, so I will see you guys in the morning for my push session. Hello everyone, it's day 2 of my full week of workouts. It's currently Tuesday, and usually on Tuesdays I like to do my push, cardio and core day, which is what we are going to be doing today. It's a nice sunny day outside, so that always just makes me want to, you know, get out of the house and go to the gym a little bit more naturally. I'm excited to show you what is on today's agenda. So in the Evolve You app, there is the core program, and then there's also some additional workouts which you can do as well. So I'm going to be doing the push workout that is in the app, and then I'm going to do an additional cardio and core workout at the end. So push is chest, shoulders and triceps, so that is what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to have my pre. I actually already had a coffee this morning, so I'm going to have some non-stim pre because I try not to have too much caffeine in the day. So this is my Pro Mix stim-free raspberry lemon pre-workout. So I'm going to have a scoop of this and we're going to head to the gym. Okay guys, I'm about to start the workout. The music is unusually loud today, so I'm going to try and block that out as much as I can whilst I'm editing, but I'm going to start with my warm-up as always. I always like to include these warm-ups when I do my full week of workouts on YouTube because I feel like it's important to show. Okay guys, so the first exercise we're going into is flat dumbbell bench press. I either alternate between this and dumbbell shoulder press doing it first, but flat bench press is something that I want to work on increasing my strength in instead of using it for aesthetics. So that is why I will put it first. You want to do the lifts first that you are wanting to increase in strength in, and you are likely to do a little bit less reps in. You're obviously going to have your highest energy stores at the start of your workout, so any lifts that you really want to prioritize in that way, always do them at the start. This is why I always say to do your compound lifts at the start because again they also require the most energy. Now this is just the warm-up weight. Okay guys, I'm going into my first working set now. I'm doing 20 kilos, although I did these a few weeks ago and they did feel quite light, and probably do these for 6 to 8 reps of 3 sets. So let's go. Okay, first set felt really good. I actually managed to get 6, but it was like an easy 6. Like I could have got more, but I'm just trying to preserve myself because I've obviously still got 2 sets left. So on the last set, if I can manage like 7, I will try. But it's feeling stronger than I thought I would, so I'm happy with that. Let's do 2 more sets. Next up we have the dumbbell shoulder press. Now I always tend to go a little bit lighter with this because I aim for a little bit more reps because I want to focus more on hypertrophy training rather than strength training when it comes to shoulder press, because who doesn't love the look of calf delts? Go for a little bit more aesthetics with this, which is why I'm doing more volume with it. So I've gone for 16 kilos and I'm going to try and go for 8 to 10 reps of 3 sets. Okay guys, next up we have dumbbell lat raises. Now this is a staple for me on my shoulder there. Any form of like lateral raise variation is unreal. I also love it on the cables as well, so whatever you prefer, but in my plan there will be loads of different variations throughout the 12 weeks, and on week 1 it is with dumbbells. Okay guys, next up we're moving on to cable flies. I always like to implement these every so often. I don't do these every push day by any means, but it's also important to do more isolation movements for the chest as well as the shoulders as well. You can also do this on the pec deck if you maybe don't feel comfortable doing it on the cable machines, as I know this can be a little bit daunting, like setting up two, you know, the whole 2 cable thing. So you can do this on the pec deck machine as well, but I'm going to do 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Okay, last exercise we have in the push section of the workout is cable tricep push downs. This is a staple for me. It's super simple and easy to access. All you need is a rope, but you can do these with a straight bar. You can do them with so many different attachments, but I'm doing them with a rope today. Push workout is done. I'm actually really happy with it. It took a little bit longer than I expected, but that's okay. We're now going to go on to the core part of the workout. Now this core workout is super simple. Yeah, okay, it's literally 4 exercises, so it's really simple. I do them for 30 seconds each and complete the round for 2 sets. No rest between each 30-second exercise, but then once you've done the whole round, have like around a 1 to 2 minute rest and then go again. Super simple. And then the cardio portion of the workout is going to just be sprints, 20 seconds on, 30 seconds off, for as long as you can do. Now I'm going to go into our sprints. I don't really like doing them on the regular powered treadmill, to be honest, because I find that it hurts my knees more than the assault treadmill. But the assault treadmill is on the other side of the gym, and to be quite honest, I'm too lazy to go over there and do it. So I'm going to do them on here. I usually like to do like around 5 to 10 minutes, but because this is at the end of my session, I'm probably not going to be able to do as many, and I also don't have the right shoes on. I didn't think about that, but I'm going to try and do as many as I can. 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, using all the power that I have left in me. That treadmill was actually pissing me off so much, and I actually couldn't work it, so I've come the trips all the way over to the assault treadmill, so we're going to do the sprints on here instead, which is actually better anyway, so it's fine. Session is done. I'm so sweaty, but had a really good session. I was in there longer than I would normally like to be, but it's 2 o'clock now and I'm gonna go home and have my dinner because I'm absolutely starving. But I will see you guys tomorrow, actually very early in the morning, for my quad session. The reason it's very early is because I actually have a really exciting appointment tomorrow morning at 10. I actually have a head spa appointment tomorrow, which I'm so excited for. It's basically like a scalp analysis, and they really like wash your hair like really good and do like a really good scalp like detox. So yeah, that is tomorrow at 10 a.m. so I need to go to the gym and come back before then. So I'll see you early in the morning for the quads and calf session. Hi guys, it's now a couple of days later. I know that I told you I was gonna go to the gym yesterday before my like hair appointment. Never did that. I'm just gonna go today instead because my hair appointment was at 10, which means I would have had to leave the house at about 7 a.m. and I was just not prepared to do that yesterday. So I took yesterday as one of my rest days in the week. And can we just talk about that hair appointment, because I was absolutely unreal. I don't know if I really said, but I basically went to a head spa in town, and oh my gosh, it was so good. She basically like used loads of tools, products and stuff, and like basically the pictures of my scalp before compared to after was like so satisfying. But I never want to see my scalp that up close ever again, because the before, it could have actually made me sick. It was disgusting. So my head is feeling nice and fresh and clean, even though I am just about to go to the gym now and get it sweaty again, but what can you do about it? Today I have got quads and calves, and I don't really think that I'm mentally prepared for this session, but we move, we've got to get it done. After this session, I have 2 more sessions left in the week. I'm going to show you my outfit for today because it's really cute. So I'm wearing Underactive, as always. These are the cool brown effortless shorts, and then this is the espresso mellow soft top. Unfortunately, I think this outfit is all out of stock, but the bra that I have on underneath is peony pink, and I just think that like all these colours together are so cute. I love mixing like a bright colour with like a neutral colour. I think they just look so nice. But yeah, I'm gonna head to the gym. I'm just gonna see what my workout is looking like, because I hope I'm not in for too much of a shock. Let me go on to my Evolve You plan. Okay, so we have barbell squats, Smith machine lunges, goblet squats, leg extension. Oh, wish me luck, guys, because it's gonna be a tough one, and going back to barbell squatting after not really doing it in a while is always so humbling. So wish me luck on that one. But yeah, let's get our bums to the gym. Okay guys, I've just got my stim free that I just want a little bit of, you know, flavour and a little bit of a kick for my workout. But I've just got to the gym, and as I said before, I'm starting with squats. I've just kind of like adjusted everything to my height, but we're going to start off with just barbell. I need to do my warm-up first as well, but we're going to do 1 set with just the barbell. I'm going to put 120 on each side and do that as a warm-up set as well, and I'm just going to kind of see how that feels. Usually I can just do 60 kg for like loads, so hopefully I could do that today. I'm going to try work up to 80 kilos. I need to double check how many reps I've got in my plan, but I think it'll be about 8, so I might just stick at 80 kilos for that. But I'll try and give you some form pointers as well as I go on, because I know that squats, especially barbell squats, is a very difficult movement to kind of master form wise, and I know that a lot of people struggle with it and a lot of people avoid it because it definitely can be a scary exercise. So I'm going to try and curb that anxiety over squats for you guys and show you that it doesn't need to be scary. And also with this exercise, it's really important to literally leave your ego at the door, because this is such like an injury prone exercise, and if you know, slip up a little bit on form and you're doing a heavy weight, it could just be game over for you. So work your way up with this, give yourself time with it, because it definitely takes a lot of time. Like, I have been squatting for years and years and years, and obviously I'm not in like 200 kilograms up. If I progressed every single week, I'd be lifting like 1,000 kilos, which is obviously just not possible. So it doesn't really work like that. But by progression, we don't just mean weight, we also mean like by form and just comfortability with the exercise as well. So yeah, let's get into the warm-up first, which is going to be a dynamic warm-up. As always, you guys know the drill. I don't like saying it all the time, but you want to do your dynamic warm-ups before your workout and your static stretches afterwards. Dynamic warm-ups just basically get the blood flowing around your body. They would get you feeling a little bit more mobile and ready to do the exercises. And static stretches just help to remove any lactic acid that you have in your muscles. Reason being why it's called static is because you are kind of stationary in one position, whereas dynamic, you're always moving. It's like a constant movement pattern. So yeah, let's get into the warm-up. Just put a 20 on each side. I hope you can see me, sorry, this camera goes so zoomed in, but I've just put a 20 on each side, and I just looked at my plan as well, and it's saying that I'm going to do 3 sets of 10 reps, which is obviously quite a lot of volume. So I might even just put a 5 on top of this and just make it 70. But I feel like I just need to do this first set first and just kind of see how it feels, because if this feels really light, then maybe I will put 10s on, but we'll see. So I'm going to go through as many form tips as possible whilst the weight is light, because when it goes a little bit heavier, I'm going to struggle to speak. So wherever you put the bar is kind of personal to you. It also depends whether you maybe want to do high bar or low bar. Doing a higher bar is going to be a little bit better for your quads, and then doing more of a low bar is going to bias your glutes a little bit more. I personally like to do it on like the mid range. I personally don't find it very comfortable when it's really high up and also when it's too low down, so I just like to do it mid. But I have these on like my traps, so you don't want it to be all the way up on your shoulders like this, you don't want it to be on the bone like this, and you don't want your neck to be kind of doing that motion, otherwise you're going to really hurt your neck, you're going to really hurt your back. You also don't want it too low down either as well. So on the 2 little muscles here, trying to show you as well as possible, that is where I personally put the bar. You also want to get rid of the pad. If you are using a pad for squats, you know, the barbell pad that you can use for hip thrusts, get rid of it, because that can actually be worse for your neck than doing it like this. You need to get used to doing it with just the barbell. So I put my hands in a place that's comfortable for me. I don't like to have them too wide, but also not too narrow, so I have them like mid-distance across the bar. And you're going to lift the bar up. Okay, yeah, this is feeling kind of heavy. I personally go for more of a neutral stance, not wide, but also not narrow. You want to keep a neutral spine. You're going to come down. Don't have your head up like this, but you also don't want it all the way down. You want it looking straight ahead and up again. You also don't want to go past your point of range of motion, because you can really hurt your back like that. You don't want to be hyperextending the glutes like this at the top either. You just want to come here. And then re-wrap carefully by looking at each side. Next up we have Smith machine close stance lunges. Now these have been a favourite of mine for a while now, and I like to do them on the Smith machine more than barbell, just because you obviously have that support that, like with a freestanding barbell, you kind of have to worry about balance as well as keeping your form right, and as well as focusing on, you know, if you're doing a heavy weight, it can be very challenging and it can kind of sometimes take away from the mind to muscle connection that you're looking for in your quads, because you're worrying too much about other things, which is why I like to do them on here. You've got that support, so all you kind of really need to worry about is focusing on getting that mind to muscle connection in your quads. So if you haven't done them on the Smith machine yet, highly recommend. Like, it's something that with barbell and dumbbell, obviously free weights, it's a factor that you kind of have to take into account, is making sure that you don't fall over, basically, which when the weight can be heavy, it can be quite difficult. So with unilateral exercises, which is your single leg exercises, I usually only tend to do 2 sets, because obviously when you're doing both legs, it's going to take longer anyway than when you're doing both legs at the same time. I usually keep it to 2 sets, but keep those 2 sets really intense. And I think this is programmed for 8 to 10 reps for this exercise, and we're just going to put our all into both of these 2 sets, all of these 8 to 10 reps. In my opinion, that's just way more effective, doing less sets that are really intense instead of doing like an excessive amount of sets where you're just kind of getting the reps done, but you're not actually putting a lot of effort into them. You're not actually really focusing on the movement as much as you could be. So maybe if you are finding yourself doing 4 sets of everything, but you're not actually feeling that tired, you're not actually feeling like it's that effective, maybe try to do less sets and just make them as effective as possible. Next exercise we have is a superset, and this is dumbbell heel elevated goblet squats into heel elevated goblet squats but body weight. So it sounds like a pretty easy superset, but I promise you it's not. Going into something weighted and then into body weight for like as many as you can is really tough, especially after you've just done those first 2 exercises, because as you can probably tell, they've literally taken me out. But I have something here for elevation. It's kind of lucky that my gym has this, to be honest. I'm not sure if you can see it, but if you don't have one of these, you can just use a plate or, I don't know, just something to elevate your heels. This way you can just get more of a quad bias in the exercise. I'm going to do 10 reps with the weight and then drop that and go straight into 10 reps body weight, and we're going to do that for 3 sets. Second to last exercise we have is leg extension. Now this is my favourite isolation exercise for the quads. I can never miss this out on a quad day, and we're going to do a drop set, but we're going to drop the weight and increase the reps as we go on. So we're going to start with 8 reps, go up to 10 reps and go up to 12 reps. And when you do the 12 reps, you want to be doing your lightest weight, and then obviously vice versa for the 8 reps, you want to be doing your heaviest weight. And this is completed with no rest in between each one, which makes it extra hard. And the worst part about that is we're going to repeat that 2 more times. Okay, last exercise we have is standing calf raises. These are always the worst, but got to be done.
I am giving Lord Farquaad, but like a drowned rat version of Lord Farquaad. My nice hair is now utterly ruined. I had to like tie it up and then put my front pieces behind my ears, and they're just wet basically, is the only way that I would describe it. But that was actually such a good session. Like, I'm so happy with that session. That is the actual first
really good, successful quad session that I've had in a long time, if I'm being honest with you. Sorry, just listening to Michael Jackson. Anyways, I'm gonna go home now, but on my way home, I'm gonna have my Pro Mix protein puff bar. This is the mint chocolate one. Unbelievable, by the way. But yeah, amazing session. I will see you guys. Sorry, I'm just gonna show you my top because it is wet. I actually look like a drowned rat and I probably smell like one too. Like I actually probably stink of shit right now. But I'm actually going home today just for a few hours just to see Dexter and, you know, obviously my mum and stuff, but the dog comes first always. But yeah, I'm so excited to see Dexter. I am coming back home tonight though, so I will see you guys in the gym tomorrow for my back and bicep session of the week, and then after that we have our functional workout of the week. So all of our like bodybuilding weightlifting sessions will be done for the week after tomorrow. So yeah, I will see you guys in the morning for our pull session. Hello guys, it is now Friday. I'm about to head to the gym for a back and bicep session. I'm actually training with Anton this morning. He's just in the spare room tidying up. But I'm just about to finish my iced coffee and head to the gym. But yeah, we've got back and biceps from my program this morning. And then I actually have a facial today, which I'm really excited for. And my friend Hebe is also sleeping over tonight. So we will go to the gym together in the morning for our functional full body workout. You too tall for the frame.
Oh, greenies. So excited for Mia's program. She's worked very hard.
I have to take you through the workout today from the program.
Yeah. So will they see it?
Yeah.
So you'll probably see that. Probably be struggling, pushing me to my limits.
I'm going to try and mic Anton up as well, but one of my mics is a bit dodgy, so I'm not.
That's what we're going to be. Yeah. Mia's worked very hard on the program. I'm sure a lot of you will love it.
So I've got lat pull down, T-bar bent over row, machine single arm row, single arm lat pull down, and then we've got a bicep superset, so it's technically 2 exercises. Anyways, with that being said, I'll see you guys at the gym. I'm gonna start with a warm up, as always, with a band. Oh, sorry. As always, with a band. I already showed you this warm up when I did my push workout, so it's just the same. Nothing complex at all. We're starting with a lat pull down for today's workout. I always like to start with lat pull down. I don't know why. I feel like it's just a ritual for me and something that I've basically done for every pull day. I just find that it's the exercise in my back days that I like to like preserve the most of my energy for and like exert the most of my energy with, which is why I put it at the start. Okay, I'm gonna do a warm-up set now, so I'll probably just do like 6 reps of this lightweight. With all the exercises that I do, I like to do like a warm-up set of like just a lightweight of every exercise, just to kind of like get myself in the motions, in the movements. Okay, I'm gonna put this up to 43 kilos. I'm gonna do no straps as well, really work on my grip strength. The next exercise we have is a T-bar row. This is programmed for 3 sets of 10 reps. Now, if you don't have a T-bar row in your gym, which I feel like a lot of gyms probably don't have this, what you can do is you can put like just a barbell into any sort of corner or crevice in the gym, and then you can get one of the close grip cable handles, put that around the bar and kind of do it bent over like this. That will be an alternative in the Evolve You app if you guys want a demonstration of it and stuff. In the Evolve You app as well, there will be like alternatives for more or less everything, in case, you know, some of you don't have certain machines and you need to, you know, kind of adapt. So hopefully that is also helpful for you. But I'm going to adjust this to my height because Anton has just been on it and it's obviously a lot taller than me, so see if that's okay. Let's go.
That felt really tough then. The one thing I will say about all of these exercises in all of the workouts that you'll see this week is that I like to take them slow and controlled, which is something that you guys should be doing as well. You don't want to be rushing your reps because ultimately that just makes them so much less effective, and obviously you can get such better mind to muscle connection and everything like that when you take it slow and controlled, and the faster you do it, the more likely you are to kind of hinder your form, which is not what we want. Next exercise we have is, can you stop dancing please? Is a single arm machine row. Now there's so many different variations of like machine rows that you'll probably have in your gym, and this is more so just like the standard one. I think pretty sure this is like basically the one that I filmed the white wall exercise with, as you'll see on the app. But there's different variations where you can do a low row, you can do it kind of where you're laid on your belly, or you can do it like this. It's completely up to you. I'm pretty sure this is just the one that I have basically programmed. As you can see, this has a seat, but I actually do prefer to stand with this. I feel like I just get a better range of motion. I just find that that is better for me, so that's what I'm going to do, but you can sit if you want. I'm just going to stand. That was tough. It is so important though to include unilateral movements as well as normal movements as well. Unilateral movements just really help to curb any imbalances that you may have and prevent you from getting imbalances, whether it's your glute day, quad day, back day, whatever. Make sure that you are including unilateral movements into your workouts as well. That is also something that you'll definitely see in every single day on my Evolve You program, is a mixture of unilateral movements and regular movements as well. Next exercise we have is single arm pull down, so kind of similar to obviously a single arm row, but it's not on the machine, and obviously the row was kind of coming in straight from your body straight inwards, whereas this is going to come more down. It's going to be more of like a single arm lat pull down, so it's going to target a little bit different muscles. Let me double check how many reps this is programmed for. This is also like a really like holy grail exercise to me. You guys will see me do this all the time. I'll either do this without a bench, which is what I'm going to do today, or I will do it sat on a bench. It is completely dependent on you, like whatever you want to do, but I like to just do it on both, to be honest. It just depends how I'm feeling. This is programmed for 2 sets of 10 reps. You want to keep this movement super slow and controlled. That's really important with this exercise. It's also really important with this exercise as well to get kind of like as big of a range of motion as you can get, and kind of because of where you are doing it on a cable, it's quite easy to get quite a big range of motion. You can really reach up and get a really big stretch in your lat, so try and come as far away as you can from the actual cable, so then you've got more room to reach. Right guys, last exercise in the pull workout we have is a superset, and I'm going to superset regular dumbbell curls into hammer curls. If you've not tried the superset before, you need to, because honestly it's so intense. I'm going to do 10 reps of each and just go straight into the next one. Watch. The important thing with that exercise is to really not swing the dumbbells at the bottom. A lot of people will just kind of do it and then come down like this and back up. You want to keep the control as much as possible and not swing the dumbbells. It's now the next day. I didn't actually catch up with you after my workout yesterday, but what did you do yesterday? Back and biceps. It was really good, do you think? Anton's here, by the way.
Yeah, back and bicep, just a good session. Got some DOMs today.
I have as well, actually.
It might be because I haven't trained in a while.
Yeah.
Or it might be because Mia's workout was intense.
I think it's because we've not trained for
We'll say it's a bit of both. My name's Mia and I'm training a functional full body workout which I've recently incorporated as part of my split. Just want to switch things up a bit.
It's not wrong, I am doing my functional full body workout today. This is my last workout of the week and I always look forward to this session because it just really makes me sweat and it makes me feel good. I'm hopefully going to start with sprints on the Assault treadmill because that's what I like to start with, but I hope that it's free. There's only 2 in the gym, so I hope that they don't have a class on. Yeah, the rest of it is mostly just either body weight or kettlebells and dumbbells, and it's more like explosive movements instead of like bodybuilding. You'll notice that it's not bodybuilding training at all today. I have like put this workout on YouTube before, but I wanted to include it in my full week of workouts because this will be one of the additional workouts on the Evolve You app. So if you guys want to give the functional workout a go, make sure you head to the app and it'll be on additional workouts. If you maybe want to add an extra day into your split, whether you're doing beginner, intermediate or advanced, you can add this in whenever you want. If you're just wanting something a little bit different like me, you're just maybe in a little bit of a rut with bodybuilding, give this a go because I just personally think it's really fun and it's also really quick and effective. Like I'll be in the gym for probably maximum 45 minutes today, so nice and quick because we need to get back because we have a busy day. So let's do what are you training today?
Push.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, is this the end of like your weekly workouts? You made it this far, let us know. Write a comment saying I'm a greenie and I made it this far and we'll be thankful. Well, Mia will be thankful.
Aww. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoy the workout. We're back on the Assault treadmill today. I know I already went on this once this week, but I try and do a little bit of the cardio at the end of my push day, as you will have seen, and then also during my functional workout. So just a couple of little bits here and there during the week. I'm not like, I just don't think I'll ever be like a huge cardio bunny, to be honest, personally. So yeah, I just like to add it in here and there, and sprints is personally my current favourite form of cardio, but this is like completely up to you. You can do whatever you want, whether that be, I don't know, the bike. I'm just looking at the Assault bike right now. Could be anything, the skier, like completely personal to you. I feel like so long as you are just maybe including a little bit more cardiovascular fitness into your routine is obviously super like beneficial and something that I definitely neglected for a long time, so I'm trying not to do that anymore. So I'm going to do sprints on here. I personally prefer it on the Assault treadmill compared to the normal treadmill just because I find that it doesn't hurt my knees as much and I just feel like I have more control over it. Obviously you're the one that is powering the treadmill instead of the electric ones, so I personally prefer it. I like how it curves as well. I just think it's so much more comfortable. So I'm gonna do 20 seconds on, 30 seconds off for just as long as I can basically, but I obviously don't want to do as long as I can basically until failure because I've still got my whole functional workout to go and I don't want to burn myself out, and I probably will come back and do a couple more sprints at the very end. So I'm going to probably do like 5 minutes of 20 seconds on, 30 seconds off, which that is a long time because if you're counting it up in like the 20 seconds, going all the way up to 5 minutes, it is quite a long time. That's a lot of sprints. So that is what I'm going to start with. Also forgot to mention, but I have already done my warm-up. I just didn't show you because I just mixed my lower body warm-up with my upper body warm-up that you will have already seen during the week, obviously because today we're doing functional full body, so you want to warm up your entire body, but I basically just did the same as what I've done throughout the week in my upper and lower warm-ups. Next exercise we have, guys, well, first exercise in the circuit is alternating kettlebell swings. So I'm going to give you a quick demo. This exercise, you really have to focus on power with it. So if you're doing this exercise kind of like slow, it's kind of defeating the objective of the exercise. So try and exert as much power as you can when you do this exercise. So you're going to swing it back and up, swap arms, and up. You really want to lock your hips in as well. And you've got to remember as well that this isn't a squat, so we're not squatting down, we're more so hinging at the hips and leaning back, bringing the kettlebell inwards and kind of like locking our hips at the start, not hyperextending, but locking our hips in so that the power is really getting exerted through all of your legs and also through your arm as well. I'm going to do this for 12 reps. I'm going to do 3 sets. Alright, you don't want much rest between each of these sets, so we're going to go straight into it after around 1 minute. Okay, next exercise we have is a lunge with an overhead press. So we're going to just keep onto one side for one entire leg set, and then we're going to switch legs instead of doing alternating. And you want to have your opposite hand up for the overhead press to your leg. So we're going to have this hand up with the kettlebell, lunging with this leg, and then switch over. Again, the thing is with this is with power. With all of these movements, you really want to focus on power and not necessarily getting them done as quick as possible, but with as much power, whilst also prioritising form and making sure that your form is still on point. Oh, I forgot to even tell you guys that the next exercise we have is chest to floor burpees for 10 reps. I'm so out of breath right now because they're so fucking hard. But with these as well, you want to focus on power, and obviously because they're chest to floor, you are touching the floor when you come down, but you want to make it less of like a belly flop, if that makes sense, and use your actual chest instead of your stomach when you come down, which is something that I did when I first started doing these and realised that wasn't really the right way to do them. So when you do them, try and lead with your chest instead of your stomach, and you're not really putting any of your stomach on the floor because you don't really want to use it to kind of push all of your body weight up. You're using it as just a little bit of power to get off the floor. So lead with your chest with those. We're going to do 2 sets of 10 reps. Next exercise we have are broad jumps. Again, focusing on power with this, and you want to focus on when you land, you want to try and keep your feet planted in the same spot and try not to fall over, but I definitely do that on a few of the jumps, so don't worry if you can't get it. This is not really my expertise. When I used to do athletics, I didn't used to be the best at long jump and stuff, so definitely something that I need to work on. I was definitely more of a runner, but I like this just purely to focus on power, and it just, I don't know, it just feels good to like exert so much power in just one simple movement.
Right guys, that is the full week of workouts completed. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it just gave you a lot of insight into my new game program going live on the Evolve You app today. As always, I don't want you to just, pay for something that you don't even know kind of like what you're paying for. So I hope that this has helped you a lot, and I just want to say a huge thank you to you guys for your support on here and on Instagram. Just your support in general. I appreciate you so much, and opportunities like this would literally not be possible without your support. So I'm just so grateful for you. Like, thank you so much. And thank you if you use my code as well. It just kind of shows of all of you that you are coming to my program like from me, and kind of, you know, using my discount code. So the link is in the description again if you do want to sign up and if you do want to join my program. But yeah, as I've said, the program will be live once this YouTube video is live. So if you head straight to the link in the description, you can basically start as soon as you want to. I know that a lot of you will probably be starting on the Monday, so don't forget to tag me in your stories and things, because I'm going to be doing it right alongside with you. I'm going to start week 1 with you guys on Monday, just so that we can kind of all do it together. And I don't know, I just like the idea of us all doing the same workouts together throughout the week. And I don't know, maybe if you guys are struggling with low motivation, just know that I am right here with you, and that we are doing basically the exact same workouts together. But I'm not going to make this outro too long, because I feel like I've kind of covered everything that you need to know. But I hope this video was helpful. As I said, comment any questions down below if you want an answer to anything. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you're as excited as I am, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.